Hey everyone, it's Mikhail Graham, and it's time for me to do another review video. I know I've been kind of slacking on the videos here lately, but they're finally coming again, and I finally have a setup where I can take flying videos. Now, I did mention online that I was going to do a unboxing, but that didn't happen. Plus, it's a new toy, so I'm going to open it. So I figure what better way to review the new Fusion 360 than to compare it to the 360 CFX. So just got this helicopter last week. As of right now, I have exactly one flight on it. I'm currently flying an E-flite 6S 1300. I will be getting some Thunder Powers. They are on the way. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and get into it. So first, have a look at the helicopter. As you can tell, carbon fiber landing gear, larger tail boom. One thing that I noticed when I first got the helicopter is this tail case. Really, really, really sexy tail case. Really like this. This is much sleeker than the old tail case for the 450X. I think James did an excellent job on this. I'm actually really happy about it. Now, since we're back here, I was a little concerned because belt-driven helicopter, small pulley, a little worried about the performance. As you can see, we do have a tensioner back here, or a guide. But I was still, a little skeptical. Not to mention, we're also, if I can get in here, we're also using a micro servo. So, needless to say, I was a little worried about the tail performance. The reason being because on the 360 CFX, I could blow out the tail on command. And I actually upgraded to a mini servo. I believe this is a JR. Yeah, it's a JR 3500. I don't even think you can get that anymore, but I had a spare one. Anyways, but yeah, I was a little worried because, small pulley means that under high loads it's either going to skip or means you have to run the belt really tight so that it doesn't skip. And so, as I did with the 360 CFX, I was hoping I could put a larger servo on this, but I can't. So, needless to say, I was a little bit skeptical. But now granted, I only have one flight on it. It holds pretty damn well. And not only does it hold pretty damn well, but it doesn't feel like it's struggling or about to let go. And this is out of the box. I have not adjusted the tail belt tension at all, and it performs really, really well. Now, mind you, this is an out-of-the-box helicopter. So, as I said when I did the review for the 360 CFX, check over everything. I did not check over everything. Checked over a couple of things. Only issue that I had was I had a little bit too much negative pitch on the main blades. Couple twists on the links, and we're good to go. Now, one of the major things about this helicopter is Horizon's new Flybarless unit, which is the, let's have a look, sorry, the 6250HX. Let me pull this canopy off. We can see what's underneath here. All right. Beautiful canopy, by the way. By the way, I just want to say that I helped choose this. There was another canopy. I didn't like it. A lot of people didn't like it, apparently. So I just want to say that you got to get this pretty canopy. I had a hand in this, even if it was just picking it. Anyways, so let's have a look. I'm going to pull the cover off, the blade holder. Let's pull this out. Now, when you get the helicopter, this is what you get out of the box. Now, one of the first things I noticed when I got the helicopter and opened it up was these little rings. We got here, we got another one here, and then this one. I spoke to James about this. You can take these off. This is not necessary. I've already pulled mine out, and it just adds unnecessary weight. So you can also take these off. Excuse me. I'm going to be completely honest here. I'm probably not because it's beneficial, but because I'm lazy. Unless, actually no. Oh, there you go. Boom. You take it off. All right. Either way. Take off the other one later. But that's how easy it is. Just pop it off and you're done. Now, carbon fiber frame. Same motor as the 360 CFX. But again, let's talk about the new Flybarless system. Now, as you know, Horizon has had the BeastX system for a while and AS3X. Well, this is another implementation of AS3X, but a bit more sophisticated. Now, I know the guy who's been behind this, Brian. He's been working on this for a long time. I started at Horizon. I worked at Horizon from 2010 to 2012, and Brian was working on this back then. So this has been years and years in development. This is not something that's just been hacked together in the last 6 months. This has been worked on for quite a bit. This is Horizon's own system, and without spilling the beans, but you guys will probably, guess this. Eventually, there will be an open stock one that will allow you to use in other larger helicopters. Like I said, I have gotten one flight on it. I actually like it. I actually like it a lot. There are a couple of quirks that are still being worked out, but unless you're flying at the ragged edge, you'll never find them. So I'm very happy with it. I'm actually, depending on how the next couple of months go, I actually may be involved in the testing of the open stock one. I'm actually really excited about this. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more in the video. I want to talk about the mechanics a little bit. So, as I said before, same motor. One thing that I really liked and was really surprised, the speed controller. See if I can get a shot here. Speed controller. That is a Hobby Wing 60 amp speed controller. Now, just going to say this. I'm just going to leave it at that. It is a Hobby Wing speed controller bundled with a Horizon product. And I'm going to leave that there for you guys to do whatever you want with that. We still have the optimized geometry. So you still get your beautiful feel in flying the helicopter. This came in the 700X and has been implemented in pretty much every helicopter after it. Love the way it feels. Now, let's talk about the head. This is a big deal. So this head is black. This head is silver. It's really a matter of preference which one you like. But what is different about this is that the links, all of the links are tighter. Much, much tighter. There is much less slop. I don't know, you guys probably can't even see this, but there's very little slop in the head. Granted, it's only had one flight, but it's still very little slop in the head. Now, let's go over to the 360 CFX. All right. This has had several flights, so not a completely fair comparison, but this has quite a bit more slop. Now, don't get me wrong. The 360 CFX is a great flying helicopter. I actually really, really like it. But admittedly, when you start getting into some really hard 3D and just putting a lot of time on it, you can start to feel the slop in the head. It's actually probably my main complaint about this helicopter. In truth, I actually might buy the full head because it's not exactly the same. They look similar, but it's not exactly the same between the two. But I might buy this head and put it on the 360 CFX. But at bare minimum, I'm definitely changing the links. Still have the metal geared servos. Now let's also have a look at the other major difference. Blades. Now, these blades are nice. They are high quality. When I say high quality, I mean that. You will not be disappointed. You will not think these are cheap or low quality or anything. These are very, very nice blades. Now, granted, again, I only have one flight on them, and I like them so far. In truth, I have been partial to Rototech blades when it comes to the small stuff. So I'm excited to get some more time on this to see, just how they perform in comparison to the Rototechs. And in truth, I'll probably switch them just out of curiosity on how they fly. Now, how do they fly? How does the Fusion fly compared to the 360 CFX? Granted, they both have different Flybarless systems. So I'm going to try to talk about the airframes. The 360 CFX, I have to run the belt really tight. I have to run the belt tight, and I need the mini servo to get the tail to perform the way that I like it. All right. I'm actually really hard on tails. James is a much better pilot than I am, hands down, but he's very smooth and transitions through his maneuvers very well. I'm much more aggressive. I definitely tax the tail a little bit harder than he does. So after running the belt tight and putting that mini servo, tail performance is great, but as a result, it drags down the power system a little bit more. So not that big of a deal, but it is something I noticed. The other difference is that the 360 is actually tail heavy. That's why you have all this shiny aluminum and carbon fiber and a plastic tail. You can fix that with a larger battery, which I never did, but still slightly tail heavy, and you could notice it. Fusion 360, that's not an issue. Despite having a bigger tail boom, that's not an issue. Now, this is a E-flite 1300. I was flying Thunder Power 1300s, which I believe I have one in here. And let's see, let's compare the batteries here. Yeah, you can see that the Thunder Power is a little bit smaller. Just picking them up here. It's a little bit lighter, but either way, I have 1800s coming. I don't know if an 1800 will fit in the 360 CFX, but I'm going to try. And I will be flying it on the Fusion 360. Now, flying, like I said, the Fusion flies great. It feels more balanced than the CFX, and I'm really liking the Flybarless system. Now, the really exciting part about this new Flybarless unit, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I had my IX-12 sitting right here. Let's have a look here. Let's go up. Let's see. It's going to do something weird. There we go. All right. Model adjust. And we're going to go to forward programming. Oh, looks like it needs to be powered up. Just a second. I need to put this down. Sorry. All right, let's see. Let's try hitting connect again. Boom, look at that. All right, so click on swash plate, roll, pitch, and agility. Now, you can change your roll rate, your proportional gain, integral gain, and derivative gain. Now, let me tell you guys something. This is very, very important. You have a lot of control in terms of the PIDs in this Flybarless system. But I spoke to James about this. There are no safety limits. What that means is you can play with these numbers and put in a combination that is unflyable. So you have more freedom to make this helicopter feel exactly the way you want. However, be very, very careful. I would not go in and start doubling or tripling these numbers. If you know what you're doing, go ahead and play with them. If you know systems control, this would be great to play with. But be careful. The point is, though, what's really exciting is that now you can adjust all of this from your transmitter. All right. Sorry, you guys can hear that buzzing. It's the tail servo. All right. So this is exciting. This is exciting because now you don't need a computer. You don't need to press a button to get into the setup menu. You don't need a small screwdriver. You can actually adjust your Flybarless system from your transmitter that is running Airware. So this is actually really exciting. Like I said, I only have one flight on this, but I'm actually looking forward to going in and playing with these numbers to get it to feel exactly the way I like it. Even though, like I said, even though James is a much better pilot than I am, he and I like to set up our helicopters entirely differently. So he has, I'm sure these are his recommended numbers, but I will be going in and playing with them myself. So I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to show you guys. This is the Fusion 360. Go ahead and pull this battery out. This is the next machine in the Fusion line from Blade. I am very excited about it. I think that from what I can tell and the one flight that I've had, they've addressed the issues that were in the 360 CFX. And it's going to be really nice flying these two back to back. But right off the bat, I can tell you that I'm going to like the Fusion 360. It's a good looking helicopter. The carbon, I noticed the carbon finish is a little bit different. It's a little bit different carbon finish than CFX. Oh, and also the obvious carbon fiber landing gear, plastic landing gear. I broke mine over there, but it still flies. So if you have any questions or any comments, please leave them down below, and hope you guys enjoyed. Take care.